Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 19. We're getting close to the end of Season 3, aren't we? There's usually only like 22 episodes in a season. I kind of didn't realize how close we are. So, that's exciting. I mean, we're going right into the next season anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter necessarily, but yeah. Anyway, last episode we had the Citadel, a place that used to be a prison for Jedis that were going dark. Now it seems to just be a separatist base, it seems, where they captured Evan Peel, took him and his men to torture them. It seems like he has half of the information for this Nexus route. His like captain or whatever his name was. I don't know if I wrote Captain Tarkin. Was that it? Was that who it was? Has the other half, who seems very sus, obviously. I don't trust him at all. It seems like he's up to no good. I'm sure we're going to see that side of him this episode, so I'm wondering if he's been turned by the Separatists, or is he just pretentious? I don't know. So, I guess we will see what happens next, because we left off with, where did we specifically left off? I know they went through, like, the hole in the wall, and then they closed it up, and then it felt like that's, like, mostly it, right? Maybe I'm forgetting, but I'm sure I'll remember they'll probably do a little reminder here in the beginning anyway. So yeah, let's watch this episode and see what happens. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Anything that can go wrong will. True. True. Yep. Yep, so they're just walking through here. That's where I thought we left off. Roughly. Alright. Reminds me of when I first started playing Star Citizen. One of my friends took me into, you can like fly into some holes in some planets, and it was so cool being able to do that. And you could like park underground and do some like hand mining with some hand fancy multi-tools. Like how he doesn't even have to duck. It's when I'm jealous of shorter people. I duck through like most doorways just in case, because I've hit my head on many. They're both talking about each other arriving on time. Ooh, nice. Nice. Okay. Uh-oh. Well. Damn. No? That guy just got cut in half, didn't he? Damn. Well, might be a delay. Dooku. Oh boy. Uh-oh. To be fair, why not? It's people's pride right there for you. No, we can handle it. It's fine. I mean, I guess you don't want to look incompetent, but in my eyes, it's like, yeah, sure, we're dealing with several Jedi here. Why not just come out? Nice. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are struggling to get in and out and deal with things, then it's a well-designed structure. Just because it's owned by the enemy doesn't mean you have to hate the structure, right? Oh. Shit. More than I trust you there, buddy. What an asshole. You see him back there? He just like looks at her and just shakes his head. How are they not being... I guess because they're still masked? Yeah. Oh. Okay. I'm in charge. Good. Oh, now what? Fuck it up from the inside. R2's like, I'm in charge. Okay. Wait, so their plan is to wait for Obi-Wan to get captured and then save him from it? Preventative measures. R2, come on. Oh shit. Whoa. They got shields that they can stick their guns through? That's awesome. I want one. Ah, so she didn't know the full plan, so she didn't realize that's what she was supposed to do? Oh. I hope she has enough bombs left for the wall. Seems like it. Well, Even though I don't like Captain Tarkin, maybe he had a little bit of a point there just because she apparently doesn't know the full plan. Good thinking. Hits a mine by, like, oh shit! Just becomes a Force ghost too soon. Oh, yep, there it is. Well, so they tried to avoid a trap and walked into a trap. Okay, well, I guess we have R2 backup. Don't cackle in my ear, you fool. Alright. Do we have, like, a ladder? Shit. It's a long tube. Alright. Hmm. Rest in peace and clones. Yep. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well. Oh, that poor clone down there, still handcuffed behind his head. Oh, he's getting all the intel. What's that little Roomba thing for? Okay. They should know, right? Because of the coloring? Oh. I thought the red ones followed behind, but I guess not. Oh, cool. She's climbing on the outside. There was a ladder. Well... Hmm... He makes a point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Well, yep. I like how when Ahsoka took care of the droids, there was a little bit of a smug smile from Anakin. Was that... I'm guessing that was part of the plan where he ran, right? Yeah. I thought he was just dipping for a second there. I'm starting to doubt my... I'm thinking Tarkin's just an asshole. Right in the fuel line. Yeah! Uh-oh. I like how they look down and like, shit. Alright. Oh. Well. Okay. Nope. Okay, well. Hmm. Oh, shit. They could technically just shoot the ship until it blows up, right? Hey. I love whenever they're in tight spots. And Obi-Wan is just so chill about it. He's like, nice of you to join us. Like, he does it a lot. It's so fun. Hmm. Tarkin. Decimate. Huh? That's only a percentage of them, not all of them. We must kill them all! Decimate is only like 20%, right? Or something like that. I might be wrong on that number. But I know a lot of shows use the term decimate wrong. It's fine, I don't care. Cool. Ah, more shieldy boys. Can the lightsaber go through that shield? No, bombs can. Kind of, I mean, he was okay. Look at this guy go. Oh, get him. Oh. I thought he was about to, like... I thought that clone was about to get, like, a badass shot off or something. Oh, jeez. Anakin looked like he fell a little hard, but poor Evan Peel just looked like he just face planted. Like, it looks like he bounced off his face. Oh no! Damn. Rest in peace, Echo. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Damn, this just escalated. There's like a whole fleet in space too, isn't there? Which means... it's gonna turn into like a big space battle too, right? Or no? Or are they gonna try to sneak another one by? Okay, that's it. For episode 19. Okay, so this little arc continues. Yeah, so isn't it... I mean, they said they're sending their forces, like... I mean, unless they're gonna try to get another ship past that blockade that was in space, because they snuck by it by having no life forms on board, right? But if the, you know, if the Republic just sends a massive fleet there, then it's, I feel like it's going to turn into like a massive space battle to save them. Unless they're, I mean, they talked about trying to find like another spot to be picked up, like trying to make it to like the rendezvous. So maybe there's another part of the planet where they're able to come in and not get hit by that blockade. But getting there on foot is very difficult. But either way, that was a good episode. Surprisingly, no betrayal or anything from Tarkin, and I'm thinking I'm just wrong now. I was so confident last episode, but some of my confidence has gone away. I think he's just an asshole. Like, and I mean, I guess he just doesn't have faith in, you know, the Jedi, and especially a kid, and I guess I can't blame him. If I was in a situation where my life was at risk, I would definitely, like, prefer to be saved by adults. I'd rather not someone, like, young, still in training and everything be leading me, even if she does have, like, a good track record and a decent amount of experience. I'd still be very wary about being led by a kid, you know? So, I guess I can't necessarily blame Tarkin. I was harder on him at the beginning because, I don't know, he just seemed like he was hiding something last episode. The looks that he gave and everything just gave me the vibe that he was in on it with the enemy. But, like I said, without any hint of that really this episode, other than him just being rude, I think he just doubts the Jedi and their ways. So... and I mean, what he said about peace kind of, or like the peacekeepers, how the Jedi always fall short of doing what needs to be done to claim like total victory, and because of that they never truly win. And I mean, I guess I kind of get that as a person that, you know, I'm more of a pacifist where I'd rather war not happen at all, right? But I'm also, there's a lot of situations where I don't think, I don't know. I guess it's kind of it's a really difficult topic, because as someone that doesn't really want war to exist at all, the fact that it does exist, sometimes, you know, sometimes the bad guys do need to be taken out, you know? And if they always fall short of that final step, and then because of that, the enemies just, the war reignites, you know, they may be sticking to their guns and sticking to their morals, but perhaps due to their actions or lack of actions to completely win the war, they are keeping the system in a perpetual state of war, which is causing way more death and destruction than if you would have just killed a couple people, right? But that gets into some real philosophical things, you know, where it's like, you know, do you kill, like, do you kill one man in cold blood, essentially, in order to save the chance, you know, the chance that he might get free and kill thousands or millions in the future? You know, like, it's definitely a philosophical debate that it's not an easy answer, you know. So I see both sides of that argument. I can see why Tarkin is upset that the Jedi don't always go far enough to claim complete victory, but I can also understand why the Jedi try to stick to their morals, because that is a slippery slope to just, you know, execute all of our enemies so that way we can rule and be the winners, you know? I feel like that's just something that you don't necessarily want to start going down that path, because I'm sure it can, in this world, lead you to the dark side, or in our world, lead you to becoming just as bad as they were, you know? So, anyway, yeah, very, very difficult debate there, but yeah. But the shuttle's destroyed. They're trying to find another way off the planet. They had to get help from the other Jedi, so we'll see what happens there. I was curious, the voices. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I didn't think it was, but I was curious if Mace Windu in the Clone Wars series was voiced by... we only heard him say, like, one line. I tried to listen for it. I know we've had him more previously, but I didn't pay attention enough. I was curious if Mace Windu was voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, but no, it's not. It's Terrence Carson. Which I feel like he does, like... I feel like Terrence Carson does a okay job at sounding a little bit like Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know if he's trying to or not, but from like the couple words that he said this episode, I was like, oh, could be, maybe. You know, it wasn't instantly distinguishable, like, oh yeah, that's definitely Samuel L. Jackson. You know, but yeah. Regardless, it's not him. I was just kind of curious. I was like, man, for like, they get him to come, like, if it was Samuel L. Jackson, I was like, it's crazy that they get him to come in for some of these episodes just to have like one line, you know? But yeah, it makes sense that they probably... Mace Windu's a character that shows up enough, it's probably hard to... Like, it was probably a good call to not have it be Samuel L. Jackson, because it might be hard to get him to come in for some situations in small stuff like this. I'd rather see Mace Windu more and have him be a different voice actor than have them just decide to use Mace Windu less in the show because they can't get Samuel L. Jackson as much as they wanted to, right? So that's the way I see it. Even though it was pretty cool having Liam Neeson come in as Qui-Gon's voice, like Force Ghost, having some of that's really cool. But anyway. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed the episode, watching them try to escape this place, watch Sobek, he's, I mean, for not being a, Sith or Force wielder, or I never know what to necessarily call them, for someone that isn't utilizing the Force and lightsabers and stuff like that, he's decently formidable with his, with just his droid troops and all, like, the different traps. But oh my god, I didn't talk about it. The one poor clone that just got cut in half, like they hung a light on Echo at the end there with like the helmet smoking and everything, and I felt like that was like a monument to that clone's death. But we didn't really talk too much. Like, they didn't like hang a lantern on the poor clone that got cut in half. Oh my god, that is brutal. And I mean, I know they didn't show it, but they gave us like a sound, like even the sound was almost enough to be like, oh, like I think it was a little bit of a crunch, wasn't it? Oh man. Yeah, that was pretty brutal having that happen. And then just straight up executing one of the clones. I mean, I guess it works out really good that the clones wear those outfits, because I feel like that would have had to been censored a lot more if the clone wasn't in like a full body suit, right? I think because this was more, I don't want to say it's a kid show, because it's not necessarily, but it's also not like super dark and super gory and stuff like that, right? I think it would have been way more dark if you saw the person's face, you saw their eyes and everything when they're just like straight up executed by Sobek. But I think because of the layer of disconnect that comes with having them be in the full clone outfit, they're able to show that on screen while maybe keeping whatever ratings they have for this show. Because sometimes, like, we didn't see that guy get cut in half, right? They're not going to show that, but we did see the dude just get shot in the face. I mean, obviously, we didn't see, like, the bullet hole going through the mask or anything like that, but yeah. It's interesting how they can like skirt around some of that stuff, and the poor clones just get used to be executed or die in horrible ways. Our main characters don't. Oh man, we need a clone rebellion, but not because of Order 66. They just need to go on strike. But I mean, I guess if it wasn't clones, it would be people that they train. It is crazy that, like, there's obviously people that are of the higher ranks that aren't clones that seem to, like, lead the people, like Tarkin, like the Jedi, and there's other commanders and stuff like that that aren't clones that lead the clones and lead forces in groups and everything. But it's crazy how it's not even like they have like a handful of foot soldiers, like a normal military force, and then the clones as additional military force to like pad their numbers a little bit. They just straight up like only use clones as their foot soldiers. Like, so there's no normal people just like training and going through like an academy like our military system. It's just kind of wild how different the military system is in this world. Because I feel like a lot of shows like piggyback off current military systems whenever they're designing the systems for their TV shows or books or games or whatever. But this one just feels so different. It's interesting. And I think that layer of disconnect does help me like justify. I mean, obviously sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, they're clones, whatever. But then we see these stories about how they go off and they live lives, and they get to know each other, they learn each other's names, and they have personalities and honor and respect and stuff like that. And we start seeing that, it really just makes me feel bad for every clone death, Like, it's getting, the more we watch Clone Wars, it's getting harder and harder for me to watch these clones die and just be like, yeah, that's fine. It's just a clone. I can't really do it anymore. But I think just watching the first 6 movies, I didn't really care as much and stuff like that. So, and early Clone Wars. early episodes in Clone Wars, I was just like, oh, another clone dead, you know. But it's definitely wearing me down, man. So anyway, I really want to. I don't know if I missed it in the first 6 movies, or I don't know that we necessarily saw it in the first 6 movies, but I know Order 66. Like, don't tell me it, because I'm hoping later on in more Star Wars media that I watch it'll tell me. I mean, I guess if it never tells you, then maybe fill me in. But if no other Star Wars show or movie explains it, then I guess fill me in. But one thing that I'm really curious on is with Order 66, is it like I'm curious what happened. Like, how did they manage to convert all the clones with Order 66? Is it something programmed in their DNA that they can't help? Right? Like, I don't think it's something where every single clone just voluntarily turned. But is it kind of like a robot where you like flip a switch and now they're on your side? Is that kind of how like Order 66 happened? I don't know. I'm really curious. Because I don't think I've ever really learned the exact like exactly how Order 66 happened. Like, I know the effects of what Order 66 did, but I don't know the methods of, you know, whether it's like they're all pre-programmed and the code phrase is what awakened. They're all like sleeper agents and stuff like that. But like, how did that get initiated into every clone? So anyway, very interesting stuff. Like I said, don't tell me unless it's never explained ever in future media that I may watch, because I don't want to be spoiled. I'd rather learn it there. But yeah, I wonder if like towards the end of Clone Wars, if we're gonna see that happen, or maybe like towards the beginning of. I think I watch Rebels next. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I watch next after this, but maybe like somewhere there it explains it more. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for me. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see 2 more episodes. Links in the description below to that. You can, through the early access tier, you can get that. Patreon show tier has more shows that aren't even released to YouTube yet, so check that out if you're interested. There's also a link in the description to my Twitch where I live stream games like Path of Exile 2 at the moment. Who knows when that might change though, because I eventually do get bored of whatever game I'm playing and I move on to a new one. And then maybe go back to it when it gets more patches and stuff like that. So if you want to see me stream some games, come in and say hi, whatever, check that out. Links in the description below as well. And there should be links popping up on the screen for subscribing and Patreon if you're interested in clicking it there. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.